and welcome to the Small Initiative Network. You are watching Fables of Gahlia, the correct way to start your weekend. Before we jump into tonight's chapter, I think we've got some announcements to get through. Let's start with Stax, the returning wonder. What you got for me?
Okay, straight from the halls of Valhalla comes our first sponsor of the night, Norse Foundry. They create artisan dice and gaming accessories for all your D&D needs, crafted from the finest metals and gemstones by the dwarves themselves. Look at these dice; these things are amazing, and the numbers, they're all like, oh. With Norse Foundry, even your nat ones will look beautiful, but hopefully you don't roll any of those. And actually, I rolled a 17, so yeah. And the 17's very pretty as well. Check the link below and use our special promo code SWOLE, SWOLE, to get 10% off today.
Awesome. Betty, what you bringing?
Hey guys, make sure you check out our friends over at Nine Realms Gaming, where they hand make all their products from natural woods to create quality and affordable gaming accessories for all. You can use the code SWOLE10 and get 10% off of your purchase at ninerealmsgaming.com. I just realized I don't have my tower out yet. Here we go. Boom. What are we gonna roll today?
You know what's always out?
The DM screen in front of Jay. That's also custom made by Nine Realms Gaming. What are we gonna roll? A 10. It's like witchcraft now at this point, guys. Like I roll a 10 during announcements.
That's been 3.
Yeah, that's
four.
3 times in a row. 4 times in a row.
Because it happened on Monday
well.
too.
Happy
All right.
Monday.
All right. I'm a little overwhelmed right now, so I don't know who's next. Anyways.
Oh, that'd be me.
I believe you have something to say.
I do. I absolutely do. Tonight, we would like to give a special thank you and a big shout out to our next sponsor of the evening. Say it with me, Griffin Co. Everything that you see that is 3D. Huh? What?
I was asking the audience if they said it at home.
I'm sure.
Yes, I hope so.
They did.
I hope so. Everything that you see that is 3D printed on our shows is from Griffin Co. If you would like to get in on this action, you can go to griffinco.com and use the promo code SWOLE22. I'm not so swole. Jay, you flex for me. Thank you. And you'll get 22% off of your order, just like us.
Fantastic. Ashley, why don't you bring us home?
What's up, you freaking nerds? Roll for initiative before jumping into the mosh pit with Dice and Devil Horns. Why don't you visit diceanddevilhorns.com?
Why don't you?
Why don't you now?
Going all over the place tonight.
Listen, I'm fresh off a nap. Everything's great. Visit diceanddevilhorns.com for heavy metal tabletop gaming merch, mugs, and more. Use code SWOLE at checkout for 10% off your order, and be sure to follow on Instagram for those sweet memes. That's dice, the letter in, devilhorns.com, and rock before you roll.
So you're one of those people that when you wake up from a nap, you're ready to go.
I mean, it took me a hot second, but I mean, I'm feeling good now.
If I take a nap, I'm ruined for the day.
Ashley's alignment is chaotic nap. So
that is the truest thing anyone's ever said.
Chaotic napful. Awesome. We have other things too, including YouTube. Diane, did you want to talk about this?
I feel like I've been banished to the YouTube lands. Guys, we have YouTube. We have a YouTube, and you should look at it and subscribe it. We upload all of our VODs there. That's where you'll find them. All of the Legends of Shalagal, all of the Fables of Gahlia are there for you to peruse. We will, in the future, have YouTube exclusive content as well. So that's why it's really important for you to Subscribe now. That way you're notified as soon as we upload.
Awesome. Other things. Subscriptions. We do like them. If you feel inclined to give, just know that everything is going back into the channel to build new shows, new stuff, new content, all of this stuff that we want to keep making to make our channel even more epic for you guys, the guys who watch. That's the most important thing, right? So with that, we do like to do some giveaways for us, for showing support. So today is no different. We have another giveaway available from Valahur, for fuck's sake.
It like makes you mad now.
Already.
Let me get through my bit. It's every time. It's like they're just queued up, ready to hit
We're
the button.
19
And they're like,
away.
yeah, get on to talking about it. And then like, we're how many away?
Is it 19? 19 away.
19.
Am I counting correctly?
Potentially. 19 away. Thank you for the gifts. We do accept gifted subs as well, as you may have seen in the chat if you are watching live. You can also Prime subscribe. Those all count towards the sub goal to unlock the giveaway. When we unlock the giveaway from Valahud, which is oh man, I had this up earlier. Do, 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 do. There it is.
Wow, the silence. I
It
love it.
is an etched glass and a they're beautiful. They're
Oh,
like,
they just put it in the chat.
They're like mason jars without without
Thanks,
the
Valorhead.
twisty part.
They're
They're
so
really
nice.
beautiful. And an oil sample pack, and they can be used as beard oils as well as hair oils for you long-haired males and
Short-haired
wonderful. Yes, exactly.
Or just
Short-haired gals,
any hair.
not long-haired girls though. You're fucked. Yes, so we are giving those away, and you get one sample of each one of their scents, which are based on D&D classes, which just makes it even more cool.
I really like the rogue sleeve.
I like the song.
My hair
I
smells
like
so
the
good.
sorcerer.
Yes, Songweaver for me,
I like that one.
the bard.
Yeah.
Yes, so we will we'll release that giveaway as soon as we hit the sub goal, be that today or be that on Monday.
I
Yeah.
believe Monday's your last chance.
Yes,
Yep.
because this is we'll talk about that later. I don't want to take up all of this with me talking.
3 hours of
Just announcements. You do have to be in it to win it. You have to be here on stream to claim it once we roll it. It's for US residents only. Sorry, everyone else, but you know, postage and giveaway laws. If you are a sub, you can also hit ! roll in the chat and roll a d20 along with the players as well. And if you want a good idea of your modifiers, then you should follow us, and you'll get a character rolled on screen. And then you can I don't know. Tasha's kind of breaks all that stuff. Never mind.
hold on, I have to activate the ! rogue.
Excuse me. So subscribers can do that. The giveaway tonight or tomorrow is gee whiz, or Monday is for everyone, not just subscribers. I think that's it. Oh, and flex points. Flex points are our little way of allowing the viewers to jump in and support a character once 10 of you guys choose to flex on one of our characters, and they gain a flex point with a golden flexing arm next to them. They will be able to flex their abilities on narrative to the DM's discretion to create awesome narrative moments. So team up with people in the chat to decide who needs to get that point. Possibly people who are rolling the lowest. Maybe for some other reason, who knows. Yes, I think that's it. I think.
Also, Jay's gonna be at Gen Con. If you're going,
will.
go see him.
Yes, I will be at the Norse Foundry booth for meet and greets, high fives and hugs and stuff, as well as possibly the WizKids booth, maybe.
Ooh.
So yeah, come and see
On
me.
both accounts.
But
Awesome.
because of that, there will be no Fables of Gahlia next Friday or the
Yes.
Friday after that. It'll
But
be
But-
dark next Friday, but the Friday after that, the 5th of August. Oh my gosh, August. What the
That's
crap.
wild.
I will be running a what would you know it? A horror one shot, because everything I do is horror. With some of these fine people. I think actually all 3 of them will be there, and I'll be there.
Wait, it's gonna be
She said
scary.
horror. Just so you
Everything
know,
I do
she
is
said
scary.
horror.
Okay.
Why wouldn't you think it would be scary, Ashley?
awesome.
So you'll be able to watch that, and then you'll be able to follow Jay on his socials while he does awesome things at Gen Con.
Gonna go live for us?
Maybe.
Well, you know what? We did talk about like checking in with him like before we played Friday, which could be interesting if we could figure it
That's
out.
cute.
But I'm sure he'll have tons of stuff going on his social.
I mean, I'm down for it if we can make it work. But
Yeah.
anyway, less speculation, more tormentation of players. Let's get ready for the next chapter of the Fables of Gahlia. And welcome back. So, last time on Fables of Gahlia, secrets abound. Tales of people's stories before coming together as a party were unveiled, be it willfully or somewhat pride from one another. You laid bare a lot about what is going on in your individual journeys. After that, you guys had made your way to rest peacefully, or so you thought. What then came were visions and dreams, almost as if speaking about memories that were almost repressed had just been brought to the surface and a little too close to home, as many of you experienced details from visions that you had not registered before, or maybe you had pushed them away. Others were given brand new visions and details with what to do with it. That led several of you to wake up towards the end of your rest. And we will pick up with the rattling knocks on the door of Lost's room at the Wolf's Den by Lily. So, you rattle your knuckles against the door and listen. You hear a moment of silence, followed by some shuffling, and then silence once more. What do you do?
Lost. Lost. I'm gonna try and open the door.
It is locked.
Just like right, like face at the door.
Like your ear, or you
No,
press
just
there is a
like-
keyhole if you'd like to look through.
Oh. Yes, I would like to crack my back and lean down very creepily at the door handle.
Like sideways.
Yeah.
So as you crack yourself into place, and line up one eye with the keyhole, give me a perception check.
Yes.
I will say with disadvantage, because you are peering through something fairly small.
I always look through my planchette. That is a small hole.
Yes,
And I
but
can-
it's roughly the size of your eye.
Just trying to channel my sister and try and get what I can get. The first roll's a 17. Second roll's an 18. I swear to Eastus that's what it is.
18 total?
No, I rolled a 17 was my
Oh, shit.
disadvantage. Let me find
Oh, so like 40.
basically. Pulling up my character. So that's going to be a 27.
There's something about the unearthly angle that you're able to line yourself up with the keyhole while keeping your head straight. You're actually able to maintain quite a lot of like ocular dexterity, let's call it.
I actually
And-
bring my eyeball out of its socket and just squish it in. No.
I was like, wow, we're taking this far.
No. Not yet.
And
Not yet.
and position yourself at the keyhole, and what you see is directly across from the door is the bed, which the covers are pushed up, and there is no one in it. And what you do see with a 27 is that the carafe is on its side, spilling liquid on the floor.
Lost, are you okay?
With a 27 as well, because that's pretty damn close to 30. I will say that you also do manage to get in a slight view of the window that's in the room as
I
well.
thought you were gonna say lost, but
a slight view of the window, which the not drapes, but like curtains on the inside are waving slowly next to it.
Lost, are you okay? Did the children of death get you?
Nothing.
So I'll like crack my back into place. Smooth out my dress, which is still the old white dress since I didn't pick up my new one, and go back to my room with my sister.
All right.
Is she awake?
Well, you had slipped back into a sleep.
And had that
Waiting
terrible
up.
dream.
Is this about the time I was having a vision?
Yes. Well, you did wake up at the end of it.
Right. So I'd probably still be awake.
Rose. Lost
Yes?
didn't answer. His window was open.
I hope he's okay. Are you okay?
I don't know. I mean, I'm here with you, so I'm not any worse than I was, but
Lily, give me an insight check on your sister.
okay. I would be delighted to
Rose,
probably fail.
Rose, if you are trying to put up a front because you woke up fairly shook with a couple of those questions that you were asking,
I got a 16.
then you can roll a deception check against it. If not,
I would.
you allow her to see.
Yeah, I would let her.
So describe what she sees, like visibly in you.
If you were to walk in right after I had this vision, you would see that I'm clearly distressed. Questioning a lot of things. Trying to focus on you, but also very distracted.
I'm gonna sit down on the bed next to you and be like, I told you that none of this changes our relationship.
I know. Lily, I promise you I would never have done anything different that day. And I do believe that it was your fate to be here right now. But I don't know for certain. But I have a feeling that this may have unlocked a lot more.
Yes, considering I've been called the Fate Touched by this copper skull, and now I'm being told that I'm bringing forth the... what was... Children of Death?
Yeah. I'm again, I would not have changed a thing about my decision, but I feel a little responsible.
I don't think that you can hold that blame. I mean, the aunts are very knowledgeable and smart. They wouldn't bring something into this world without having some sort of foresight, right?
Well, naturally, yes, but I was just so full of grief as a child. I spent all my time, just like I did after you came to be with us, in the cemetery. But what I never really tell anyone else, but what you know, that I just wanted to be close to my parents.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to lose anybody else, so it wasn't your turn. It wasn't your time. You were young like me.
Yeah, but I think, I mean, obviously my death was not natural.
No. No.
I mean, it's not like I got sick and died.
No. No, that is how my parents left us. And I think that's why I couldn't leave you. And I had to do everything I could because you were robbed. And I mean, I can't question Eastus. She allowed this. She made this happen.
She
There's obviously
made this happen.
Exactly.
She didn't allow it. She did it. I saw her.
I know.
But that makes me worried that other people are upset about it and not just...
I mean, we did mess with the natural flow of things. But fate decides. And she decided. Of course, it was heavily weighted on our requests and begging and I just don't know. I know you're meant to be here. And I know that I would not change a thing, but sometimes I don't really understand everything else.
And I just don't know either. But we are young, right? So
Yeah.
We can learn, and we have to ask the aunts about everything. We need to talk to Adeline about the library and the man in the library.
Yes.
Since it's the same library she described.
Yes. I wonder if we've ever been referred to as the fate touched before. Like, DM, would we have we ever been referred to as that in our recollection?
Recollection? You haven't.
Okay.
Yeah. I have, though.
But only during the visions.
Well, she told me about it, so I was just wondering.
Yes,
That
was...
doesn't ring any bells, though, right? Outside of visions.
No, it's just there. That's all you. That's the only link to it.
Okay. Maybe we should ask the aunts about this. The fate touched. If there's any stories or fables or I don't know, visions of this. Or seers maybe have said something.
Yeah. Are you gonna ask them?
Just a moment.
Right now, in the middle of the night.
Oh, we're
Lily
doing this.
wouldn't really comprehend what time it is right now because she's been up.
Are there time zones? We are on the other side of the...
No, we're just south of us, right? I don't know how time zones work in Gahlia.
Well, technically, you're most of the way across the other side of the continent from where you came from.
Right.
Like diagonally.
Better watch how you pronounce that. You're gonna end up in the wrong spot.
What?
Diagon
If
Alley?
you know, you know.
Cut. It was a
Is that-
deep
is-
cut.
If you know,
is
you
that deep?
know.
Is that Harry Potter thing? Wow, I caught that. I'm amazed at myself for that.
Haven't even watched all the movies, so. Moving on.
Okay. So So Lily, you want me to message them right now? I mean, I'm Reese, she stays up late, or
What time is it? I don't know.
I mean, it's the middle of the night.
You can actually start to see the cracks of dawn. You can't see the sun through the window, but you can see the light sort of starting to emanate where the sort of the dark colors in the sky are starting to break into like indigos and dark blues.
It's very early. But I'll do it, even if it wakes her. We can ask questions.
I think it's important.
I do too. So I'll cast sending to Reese.
Okay. 25 words and go.
Hello, Auntie. We've had visions again. Lily has memories? Have we ever been called the Fate Touched? Do you know about the Children of Death? Is that all?
I think
That
you
was
had
8. That was
was-
8.
That was perfect. Exactly 25.
Oh.
Spot on.
Several moments pass of silence before, Rose, you hear in your head, you what, love? I'm I'm sorry you're having visions again, but the fate touched? Children of death? This doesn't it doesn't mean a lot to me right now. I'm so sorry. Are you okay?
Lily, she doesn't know anything.
Clearly, we should have asked
Rhoda.
Rhoda, right? Is that her
Well,
name?
maybe they'll discuss. I don't want to. What if I waste another spell this morning telling. She asked how we are. She knows how these spells work.
You call her back right now. She's a nice old lady. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Well, she doesn't know anything. Hopefully she'll ask Rhoda. Do you want me to message Rhoda?
It would be really great if we could talk to both of them at the same time. That would be really convenient, right? Remember when we would just sit and have tea? I mean, well, you guys would have tea, and I would hold a cup and pretend like I had tea, and you guys would talk, and then I would listen.
Yeah. Do you want me to make some tea?
If you want tea, I can't drink it.
I mean, I
could,
can always.
but you know, it upsets my stomach.
I know. I could get you a cup and a little teacup, and I'll make some tea, and we'll sit together, and I'll drink the tea, and we can talk. Would that make you feel better?
Yeah.
All right. I'll do that.
Yeah, I'll say that's easy enough. You guys have free reign of the house, and so you're
So
able to be directed. Even at this time, there is still staff on, and so you're able to get a couple of cups.
I actually have been collecting wildflowers throughout our journey,
Mm-hmm.
and so I will concoct a special tea that reminds me of something my dad made.
Okay. I was gonna make you roll until you said that, and I was like, oh. Okay.
Gotta hit the dad feels.
Yep. Okay. You get this one. Yeah, so you go and make your sort of custom tea from your collected wildflowers and bring up the empty cup to your sister and sit there and try and relate to memories of old together as a form of comfort. Kaya, you had taken off after your dream, vision, guilt
Yes.
episode.
I I woke up from my dream vision episode and realized that I didn't go back for my pendant that I was having made, and that I had left my mom's there. He said he was going to have it ready. As I got out into the main hall, I just decided to stop and sit down for a second and take a second to catch my breath. I told him that I could pick it up tomorrow morning. It's fine. It'll be fine. It's almost morning. It'll be morning soon. And I just kind of I go see if I can find some coffee to just kind of chill for a minute.
Okay.
You're in the main hall.
In the Great Hall? Yeah,
Yeah.
easy to do. Easy to do. You find your way to the kitchen and easily are granted the coffee that you so desire, and you take a seat at the Great Hall table. There is a fly on my mic stand, and it is driving me insane. I'm trying not to swat wildly. So that's where you stay until morning?
Yeah, I'll sit there and just kind of just think about the dream and how I failed my family, even though I know I've been told that I didn't. I still feel that I'm still overcoming that. It's still something I'm having to deal with.
Yeah. All right. And so as all of these scenes kind of play out, and Rhapsody, you've been sleeping on and off, trying to rest off the wounds that you suffered from the battle with the cursed form of Magnus. And Adeline, who just drifted off back to sleep eventually. Morning does come. And so Kaya sat at the Great Hall table. You see as, well, you'd smell first the smoked meats and like small baked goods, breads and things that start getting brought out onto the table, sort of just positioned out around you. They're just kind of dealing with the space that you're taking up, and just kind of like, okay, I guess this guy has been let
I'm sorry.
here to do whatever he wants, so we'll just do our job around him. And so that goes on, and the rest of you, as you wake, would start to smell all of these wonderful and somewhat by now familiar smells of an Ulfgaten breakfast. So, as morning comes to Rhapsody, welcome back. You leveled up, and we roll hit points live, so roll me a D8 for your hit points, man.
Come on, 8.
Hit us.
Using my
It's with
Norse
the big one.
Foundry dice. Okay.
Yeah.
Go. You got an 8?
There's no way! Oh my god.
Awesome. There you go. Welcome back. And
East
thank you,
it's
Norse
Wilson.
Foundry.
Better than
Your knowledge
mine.
may vary.
What did Lily get?
I got a 3.
I got a 3 too.
I got a 7.
Yeah, go on. Laugh it up, Mr. 8.
Anyway, as you wake and you realize that Kaya is gone, what do you do?
Rhapsody would have waken up today and kind of look to see if Kaya was there, and then realize he's in the room by himself. Would start to get ready, but unlike other days, it would be a little bit more method, like focused. He would be getting dressed a lot slower and putting his makeup on a lot more attentively. But other than that, he would get ready and then, I guess, make his way to the Great Hall to see if anyone else is awake.
Great. And so you can make your way down the stairs along the mezzanine layer that you guys stay above, down the main stairs and around the corner through the large old wooden doors that open up into the great hall, and you see Kaya and sort of this space of plates around him as it starts to take up the table as he sits over his coffee.
Good morning, Kaya.
Rise, I'm so glad you're out of bed. I'm glad to see you're up today. Are you feeling okay?
Yes. I feel well rested.
I'm really relieved. We're pretty taken down the last few days.
It kind of, when we went back to rest, hit me all at once, and I felt a bit tired, really. But I feel fine now, so.
Good. I need to go into town soon. Do you wanna go with me?
Sure. What for?
Well, you know my mom's pendant of Muhammad. Well, I was having one made by Oleg with the same symbol on it. And last night I had a dream. It reminded me of that time when my village was attacked. Well, I guess it was, I relived those moments. But it was worse than that because everyone was attacking me and calling me a coward and saying it was my fault. But then I realized that no one was attacking me, that it was my own voice, my own self-accusation. But I reached for my mom's pendant and it wasn't there, and I remembered that I left it with Oleg, and I felt like I immediately had to go get it, but then I realized it probably wouldn't even be there, and I just decided to wait here until I could head into town.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it before, and it's just been a while since I had one of those dreams like that. It's just so vivid, reliving it like that, and it just seems so real sometimes.
Well, we can go get your mother's amulet here shortly. So
Yeah.
it'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I think it's probably, I mean, I know I don't worry about it with Oleg, obviously. I mean, we can wait until everybody's ready to go into town, or I mean, you and I can go, but also I'm getting a like a kilt made as well, that, you know, Lily is having dress made, and I had a kilt made too. So, you know, maybe we can all do that at once. And maybe they have something for you. I don't know. Your silks look great. Never mind.
Thank you, Kai. Are you going to wear it traditionally? Asking
Yeah.
for a friend.
Of course. Well, you know, I'm going to leave the full traditional. I'm going to leave that to Lost. I feel like, you know, I do enough kicking and flying through the air that I probably should have some protection, or at least protection from the breeze.
Understood.
What if that's your stunning strike? Sorry.
Oh dear.
Oh my goodness.
Immersion, guys, come on. So as you sit around the table and kind of just catch up a little bit, because Rhapsody's been somewhat out of commission for a little while. Tell me if I'm wrong, Adeline, but I feel like you would have slept in probably the longest out of everyone after the previous night. And
I think so. Yeah,
Yep.
It took her a while to fall back asleep and
Mhm.
kind of an uncomfortable. I think I remember she was like sat up sleeping. So
Yep.
I think she wakes up uncomfortable, and it definitely takes her longer to get ready. It takes her a lot longer to brush her hair 100 times than it does normally, just from like the crick in her neck and being uncomfortable. But yeah, I think she would probably be the last one.
Okay. Sisters, you guys are essentially already awake. The smells would sort of permeate the floorboards from beneath you. Would you join at that time from smelling the breakfast, or?
Do I smell? No, like not like do I
Well-
smell,
You smell like Lily.
but like do I smell?
Yeah, I think you have senses still.
Okay, I'm just curious.
You can see.
I think you have senses, you just don't have a requirement to do certain things.
Sure. Okay. But do I smell?
You smell
Okay.
like
I've been
Lily.
meaning to talk to you about this for a while.
You were sweating pretty profusely last night.
You're having some decaying smells. Now I know why.
It all makes sense.
Yeah, so you said you guys would. Did you say what you were gonna do?
I'm not sure. Lily, did you want to go down for breakfast and see what everyone else was doing?
Yes, I would like to do something with everyone. Should we do it here? Probably not. There's no dead here.
Oh, is this something that I know about?
I'd like to do a seance with everyone,
Oh, that sounds like a wonderful time.
but that includes dead, which they're not here, which is, I think, one of the things that's bringing me down. Can't you tell I'm depressed?
I can actually. I wonder if we could ask the priestess about that.
Well, they said that they took their dead to the forest.
But no spirits walk these halls. It's almost like there's a ward
Except for
against them.
Lagratha. She must be very lonely.
Yeah, you would think.
Maybe she likes it like that.
Maybe. Well, we can go see what everyone's up to. We could go get your dress today. I know you don't like wearing this white one.
It's really not me.
No, it's not really your color.
It's quite opposite my color.
Right. It washes you out a little bit.
It does.
We'll have to get you back into that black.
Yes.
All right. Well, and I'll get up and get ready.
Cool. So you guys get ready and make your way down the stairs to the Great Hall and see your friends, Rhapsody.
Really
And-
had to hold myself from saying it.
It's just automatic.
Rhapsody and Kaya, who are sat talking with one another for the moment.
The raid.
Oh, Misty Mountain, hello!
What's up?
What's up, guys?
Welcome.
Woohoo! I'm sorry.
You just entered the hall and saw your friends.
Oh, you were talking to me. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I'm crying, apparently. Sniffly.
Um. Oh, Roz. You're back on your feet. You feeling all right?
Yes, actually, much better. Thank you, Rose.
Good. I was really worried about you.
Oh, you shouldn't be worried about me. I mean, you did save me.
I know you took a beating though, so I was really worried.
But it all worked out.
Yeah. Well, like I said back there, it wasn't your time.
Thank goodness.
Yeah,
No. Thank Eastus.
that's right.
Lily,
Hi.
hi.
Why are you saying it like that?
Your dress.
It's terrible.
I mean, it's not your color, but it is pretty.
For someone else.
Would you like me to get you some of my black silks?
I couldn't ask. I have a dress waiting for me, but thank you.
All right.
Well, that's what we were coming down here to see if you guys wanted to go to the shop to pick up the dress.
Oh yes, and Kaya has a kilt as well.
That's right. You got a skirt.
Yep.
Is Adeline down here?
Morning, everyone.
I would say, like, as this conversation is picking up, Adeline.
Adeline.
It's like cheers. Norm.
Good morning.
Good to see you all. Oh, Rose. Good to see you're out and about.
You as well. It's fun to not see you in the library for a change.
Yes. Found quite a lot. We have a lot to get you caught up on. What is the plan for today? We do need to go see Midas, but are we sticking around much longer?
I suppose we should get back on our way. So, we do have... Roz, there's so much we have to talk to you about. So many things. It looks like we may all be somehow
I died and I
woven-
was brought back.
That's one of the things.
Not today or last night. It was not recent, apparently.
See, we're all telling secrets to everyone now.
Do you have any deep dark secrets, Roz?
Of course, dear. I mean, don't we all? I would imagine.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
How long was I asleep for?
2 days.
Seems like
Felt
weeks.
like weeks.
You know, I'm not gonna let them lie to you, buddy. I mean, it was only 2 days.
Very
I mean, I think they were just joking, not lying.
I've never lied.
her voice cracked when she said that. Insight check with triple
Yeah.
advantage.
Insight and deception.
Yeah,
Oh, I can roll a deception.
I know you can.
However, you've been saying I'm just a normal
I
girl.
just rolled a nat 20.
You roll a 20?
Yes.
Oh
Nuh-uh.
my God.
That's
I
not
did.
fair.
I'll take a picture. Plus
That's
11.
That's not fair.
So 31.
My God.
I rolled a 22, and that was so good. I thought I might get it. I still don't believe you.
No, you look at her and You know what? You can't think of a time where she told you a lie.
That's
You
what
know-
I'm talking about.
Maybe she doesn't lie.
I'm gonna
I
post
guess
it.
she's never lied to me that I know of. I mean, okay.
Yeah, she's just a perfect girl. So she would never lie. Like she needs the help action right now.
I mean, I could
With a
have rolled.
31.
I could have rolled with triple advantage and got a nat 20, and it still wouldn't have like touched that.
Anyway.
Clutch.
Well, Ross, if you feel like sharing those deepest, darkest, feel free. We all certainly have, and we'll get you caught up to that. But
In fact, we could walk and talk on the way to the shop and get you caught up on everything.
do we have any goodbyes to say as we're heading out?
We should
that's
talk to
right.
Magnus.
Oh,
We should definitely
Magnus,
check on him.
Priestess.
I forgot we weren't coming back. I got excited about the shop.
we're going shopping.
Right, yeah, we're gonna go pick up the dress and there's
Where's
you
where's
haven't
Lost?
been, have you?
I haven't. No, God,
Oh,
I
I
would
don't know
love
where
to go
Lost is. I tried to talk to him about something. I peeked through his door
Wait,
and
Lost
I didn't see anything.
is gone.
He
I'm
wasn't in
just
his
going
room.
to say it. We lost.
Is he? And
There it
Adeline's gonna
is.
look under the tables here in the Great Hall to see if he like passed out somewhere.
that's
drinking.
I
That's a fairly easy DC. Yeah, no, you don't see him down there.
I have a feeling that he's going through something similar and needed a moment.
Well then,
And we can't leave without him.
right.
Yeah, but I think we can go shopping. We all know Lost doesn't like shopping.
Hmm.
And then once we leave the city, just send a message to him on where to meet up.
Right.
Okay.
I think he needed time to process things. And I'm not saying anything about the bottle. Just wanted to clarify that I have not mentioned the bottle.
Hmm. Next is Horbador. Horbador. Right?
What are you saying?
Is that English?
Horbador.
Hobbada. Hobbada, hobbada, hobbada.
What are you?
Is
what are you
something wrong with
talking about?
Adeline?
It's Holbolder.
Oh,
Yes.
Boulder! That's much easier. Yeah, that's our next destination, right? The next main city that we're hitting. I expect to pick up a package there. That's why I asked. We certainly do need to swing by.
We've got
Certainly.
to clear the mountains.
Yeah. Probably would take a bit to get there.
Well, I mean, we have to do that anyhow, don't we? Aren't we going?
You
We're following-
guys were directed. I'll just cut in. You guys were directed that you can crest the base of the mountains along the beachway and go around that way.
Right. So we have to go a bit.
So you'd have to make it all the way to the coast, which is part of the safest route that you asked for.
Right. So coast and then over. Gosh. Okay. That will be a while. I hope they don't charge interest for holding on to a package. We should be fine though. There. But we should start out then. I mean, I can't imagine a reason we need to stay here any longer.
I should check in with the priestess and make sure she's good before we leave. And Magnus, of course. Has the priestess come down to the hall, Great Hall yet?
I was waiting for you guys to finish your conversation. So as that lull hits in, you hear heavy footfalls with a small click after them. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. And the door swings open. And there is the large silhouette of Magnus. He is just wearing his like woolen pants, Osberg boots, a belt, and his upper body is like coated in bandaging around his midsection, and then another that comes over a diagonal over his shoulder and back that connects down to the midsection bandaging, and he is hunched over on a crutch, a wooden crutch, and he slowly click and hobbles in towards the table before raising his head. And this is an extremely large human male. Even being hunched over and leaning on his crutch, you can see like the hands that grip around the handle on the crutch. They are huge. Like he could almost palm a skull. And he looks up and says, and you are the ones, the curse breakers.
Yes, sir, that is what they've called us.
Mm,
We're also the Army of Fate.
I see. All right. Just kind of pushes that off for one moment, and hobbles towards a chair that's free in your sort of vicinity around the table. He doesn't go for the head of the table, and as he goes to drag out a chair, one of the guards runs up and goes to grab it, and he like swipes with his crutch and like narrowly misses him, whether it was on purpose or whether it was just a wild flail. You don't know, as he places it back down and says, I can do it myself. And leans on the crutch, drags it out and sits down. And you guys hear the as he sort of lands in the wooden chair. And he leans over and says, I know that my wife has already extended her thanks to you, but I wanted to make the effort and meet you myself and offer you my thanks. I believe you have received what small payment we could offer.
Yes, sir. It wasn't. You didn't have to pay us. I'm just glad you're okay. And your men are okay.
Yes. I ask that you do not tell of what you saw. I would hate to alarm or alert the denizens of Vargaden as we hold strong in the fourth city. I do not want word spreading that we were essentially attacked from within. I hope you can understand. And he casts a gaze across every one of you very slowly. Not menacingly, but just enough to do like a face grab and see how you're reacting to his words.
Stare back at it with my emotionless, blinkless gaze.
You only need to ask. I completely understand how, if word got out of something like this, it could really affect things, and so we completely understand how important that is.
Thank you.
I think that the creature that put that curse on y'all, I think she's still alive, and we were talking about it, and I don't know what our plans are yet, but I think we were thinking about probably trying to go after her, or maybe going after her. I don't know. We haven't made our decision yet. But I just want you to understand that I think that's probably why the curse on you was able to continue.
My honor must be redeemed.
What do you mean?
I will put it down.
Ooh.
Oh, all right. Would you like us to help?
If you would stand by my side, that is of your choice, but I would be honored.
I would be honored.
This is of no debt you owe, and we are considered paid. This would be a choice you would collectively make to join me. You do not have to answer me now, but this was more than we've had. And you can see he's wrestling with the words that he's choosing and the information that he's sharing.
Can I roll an insight check on like what is he holding back here? Like what is his or is he trying to not divulge too much? Is he trying to not like I don't know what this is.
The starting and stopping of sentences is very akin to him not he doesn't want to say too much or say the wrong thing or give too much information away. Given that he doesn't know what you guys have been talking about with Mordecai in the library.
So I mean I didn't roll anything, but so I get the idea that
I offered that up, yeah.
Okay, do I get the idea that he knows a lot more?
Roll an insight check on that.
Okay.
That I will allow.
It's a 15.
15.
That's bad. For you.
Which is really low for me. Rolled a 7 on the dice.
I also rolled a 15.
Rollies.
Guess we're gonna play some rollies.
No, but I was setting a DC, so
Oh.
you met it, so you bare minimum met it. You can tell that he has more information. My wife has told me that I can trust you, but I don't know how far. We have had a history of Fey creatures making their way through into our forestry around Ulfgate, and until now we have dealt with them swiftly. This was different. I couldn't speak about it in the moment because of the injuries that I suffered when I was brought back. But as I pushed my sword into what I thought in the moment was her sullen corpse of a body, there was another face beneath hers.
What did that face look like?
It was hard to tell because I couldn't see it. It was beneath the other face as if it was a veil. And it pushed against the skin as if it was some kind of thin material, and it pulled across this new face or bony structure underneath, and whispered words that I could not understand. My wife seems to think that this was the laying of the curse. I thought it was just another green hag, one that would stay by the rivers and woods, and as long as they didn't come along in a coven, then yes, they're powerful, but I have dispatched of them before and could do so again. But this one, there was more to this one. I wish I knew more. But I have the feeling that this true face is the face of whatever we were dealing with. Not the visage and trickery that had been used to deceive us. Even to the point where I was deceived into thinking that I had landed the fatal blow after a beautiful combat. Maybe I am a little caught up in the righteousness of my path. Maybe it blinded me. I could have seen it coming. I could have protected my men on the battlefield, and then succumbing to this curse.
Or maybe you needed to walk this path to find the fate that lies ahead.
Kaya, you definitely recognize what he is going through right now.
It's not your fault.
They were my men. I led the charge. And so the blame lies with me. It ends with me.
I understand, and that is honorable, and ultimately that might be true, but you can't blame yourself forever and carry this blame. Everyone is fine now. can't carry that guilt with you. I don't-
Everyone is fine except the ones who are not here.
Right. I apologize.
You have no need. This is the burden of leadership.
It
But-
is. But
I don't mean to dampen your breakfast with this talk. This is something that I will learn from going forward. But
Sorry.
I will indeed be hunting down this monstrosity. I think another day at my wife's bed care with her blessed magics, and I should be most of the way there. Enough to get on the road.
Depart tomorrow, then. you say?
Potentially.
All right.
And
if
where
I may-
exactly? Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Rose. How much do you know about the Fae? Or in this case, your enemy?
Only what I've needed to dispatch the ones previous, but usually the green hags look to form a coven of 3. But this one was already setting up a home, a hut by itself. These are what I'm talking about. These things I should have seen. I should have seen the difference, but I saw her as a sitting target.
do you think the other two might be around but are in they've disguised themselves as
I don't believe there are another 2. I think
You-
this one acts alone. This is different.
So maybe not even a hag at all?
I don't know.
I'd certainly like to find out more.
Very powerful with magic, that I know. But I shan't sully the rest of your day with woes of my own. I shall use this experience in order to aid us in the hunt and the ending of this beast.
Quick question, and it's going to be important to our party member that's not present this moment. If we were to fight with you,
Oh, the loud one.
yes. If we were to fight with you, would he be able to tell people about that?
He could speak about the honor of fighting alongside the chieftain of Ulfgate.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
He's gonna love that.
He'll probably say that it was your honor to fight next to him.
I mean, he likes to twist words.
And he kind of winces after that laugh and kind of pushes a hand across the table back to his ribs. I fear I may have strained myself coming down the stairs by myself, but don't tell anyone.
Wouldn't dare.
so when do you think I mean we can come back when do you think you'll be ready to take her on?
Tomorrow.
I'm going to spend at least the rest of today
Okay.
in prayer with my wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
My wife.
Just kidding. She doesn't say that. That was Ashley, not Adeline.
Rare, that's what they call it these days. Sorry.
We are sinners after all.
Wow. All right. And he looks up at you all in front of him, and raises a finger to his lips before he leans back on his crutch and grasps the table. And the force that he puts in, you can almost see his fingers sink into the wood as he pushes himself up, and just grimaced pain on his face as he stands up.
If I reach out my hand to him, can I say, "Do you mind?"
I mean, he's like getting up and grimacing. He's not really paying attention to what's going around him. He's just, you have a fairly high passive insight. You can see that he is holding in, vocalizing pain.
Right. So once he stands up, can I say, "Do you mind?" As I reach my hand over to touch his hand.
He withdraws immediately. I'm sorry, there's very select few women who can touch my hand.
Oh, I was just gonna impart a bit of guidance, but I understand.
Thank you, all the same.
Sure.
And you can see that it was just complete instinct for him to withdraw, as he goes back to hobbling back the of his crutch and heavy footfalls as he makes his way back through the doorway before leaning back and drawing the doors closed.
Oh, he definitely seems like he needs our help, doesn't he?
He's a very stubborn man.
Yes.
I
However,
thought that was just a trait of men.
Most of them are.
That's what I've noticed.
That
so
is
far.
what the priestess was saying before, isn't it?
Yes. And it's shown to be true.
Yeah, it sounds like she deals with a lot of that.
this hag is connected to this convergence event. I am very interested to learn more in that way. I think it might be useful for us to go, not just, to save a stubborn man from his own death. Not that he's not very capable, she says loud, but he looks like he's rough right now.
Yes.
Maybe a day in prayer with his wife or with the high priestess. I mean, she's really powerful. She puts
Prayer. Right. That was Adeline.
Maybe,
Oh no, I think she's healing him.
I'm sure.
Rose
Anyway.
doesn't understand that.
I feel like this is a Adeline
Yes, me
tactic
too.
from school.
Anyway.
Sorry, convergence event.
Oh, right, Roz. Yes, all the planes are collapsing into each other and things are crossing over when they do. And it's just kind of happening in this pattern that seems random, but things only ever seem random before you figured out the pattern. And I'm going to figure out the pattern. And she opens up her book and there's all these pages with all these lines and notes and everything. She's like, you see here, I think this is when the hag that he's talking about crossed over, and it was only a few weeks ago. So I think that this is it's important for us to go and explore more of that environment where she crossed over and to maybe see where she came from. And God, I'd really love to like talk to her before we just like kill her, but I don't know how realistic that's gonna be. Either way, I'm sure it will be beneficial to the pursuit of knowledge.
How do you kill a hag?
Cut
I've
off her
never-
head? I don't know.
I don't know. I've never killed it. Would I know that?
Do you think Mordecai would have it in his books?
Oh. When I was researching green hags, did I come across anything specifically about like killing them?
No, it was just like the nature of them.
Right. I read what he had on the subject. It didn't illuminate much as far as disposing of one.
It did seem, though, that Magnus has done this previously with other hags. It seems that he doesn't really think this one is an actual hag or a different kind of hag. I
Right.
don't know.
Maybe this one was the only one able to come through. Maybe the other two are still on the other side.
Maybe she's like the queen hag or a hag that makes other hags or something. I don't know. Maybe she came through to start a new coven. Can they make other hags?
I don't know. It's an awful lot of conjecture, that I'm afraid we're not going to be able to suss out until we're in the thick of it. But it does seem like we do have a new heading, at least for the time being.
I agree. It may answer some of these questions that keep coming up. It did bother me that he said that there was someone else or something else when he went to kill her. Is it all connected back to this other person that's in the Shadowfell? I don't know. It's all very... I think we should help him.
I think so too.
I'm gonna look to Kaya. Are you sure I was only asleep for 2 days?
Well, sometimes 2 days feels like 3 weeks.
You're not wrong.
That's like the best Kaya wisdom I've received.
Write that one down. So as you guys discuss this and formulate a decision basically to help, knowing that you have several things to take care of outside of these walls, that's where we're going to take a quick 10-minute break. We're going to go and like refill drinks and things and clear throats and noses and everything because we've all been sick this week. I'm just glad to have a voice. Yes, we are. How many subs away are we?
17.
17. We are 17 subs away, guys, from our Valorhood giveaway. Gifted subs, prime subs, regular subs, any subs. That will unlock our Valorhood giveaway. So bear that in mind. Hello, if you are a newcomer, I've seen a couple of new faces in the chat. Please go ahead and click on the follow button. That one's free. And it'll roll you a character on screen as well, which is pretty dope. So, yes, we will be back shortly. Please stick around. There are lots of tasks to be done. Probably gonna have to get a ton of NPCs ready. See you shortly. And welcome back. What was that? I missed that. Thank you guys for waiting. We are back. There was a ton of gifted subs while we were away. Has it caught up? It has. We are what? Was that 18? Wait. Weren't we 17 away before?
Yeah, it changed. Somebody unsubbed.
We are some subs away.
No, I think it's correct.
I thought we said less than that before the break.
Yeah, it was at 183 before.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, well.
we had
It
gifted
might
subs.
be broken.
Oh no. Anyway, we can look that up behind the scenes.
There's-
We had left the party after meeting with Magnus for really the first time, and having some information divulged about the hag that he faced and his concerns about it. You guys had alluded to helping him, but not really made a final decision before he left to go and get some sweet heals from his wife. Less said about that. And left you guys deciding what of your many errands you were going to run in the Great Hall. So, heading over to you. What would you like to do, guys?
Well, we can put. It sounds like we want to help him, and I think it would be beneficial to all of us. But I do believe we need to go to the shop right now.
We need to get.
Couple shops, actually.
Oh,
We
yes.
need to get her. We need to get her dressed because
Oh, I know. I'm really excited to go to the shop. I was just making sure I didn't overly get too excited about it with everyone.
We have
The dress shop.
dresses.
And then we need to see Midas to get my quill back.
Yes,
Or
Midas.
quill, because you opened your book and I saw all that charcoal and I almost had like a conniption, but
It's everywhere, and I hate it. And her fingers are all like smudged and like. Yeah.
and Kaya, we need to get your amulet and your mother's pendant.
yes. Are y'all ready to go?
All right, we can go.
Yes. Shopping.
Especially since we know now we're coming back, we don't have to say goodbyes to everyone.
Right.
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 We could do this really quick and then come back and go to bed.
We just woke up.
Oh, that's true. It's not even lunchtime yet, is it?
No,
You
we
sat
just
at the
we're
breakfast
literally
table.
having breakfast right now.
Right.
There's
You have a
eggs
few
in your
bites
mouth.
left.
You're actively chewing eggs.
Did you not get a good night's sleep last night, Kaya?
I've been up for a little while.
I don't know what that's like. I slept fine. I slept so good.
Insight
you?
check.
Insight check on both of these hoes.
Just everyone roll dice and tell
I
me
mean-
a random number. Like, so sisters, are you both going after the two of them?
No,
Yeah.
I'm just inciting Adeline.
Okay, Lily against Adeline, deception if you are trying to withhold something, and Rose, you're going after Kaya,
Sure.
deception if you are withholding something.
22.
Yeah, I got a 10. Yeah, Adeline has dark circles under her eyes. I think her hair is like the most unkempt you've ever seen her, and like her clothes are rumpled, and she like keeps probably like side-eyeing her book too. Just kind of like, yeah. Yeah.
Just staring very intently at you, not blinking.
I'll never get used to that.
I mean, I woke up early this morning and I came down here and sat for a while. I forgot to pick up my amulet, my mom's pendant from Oleg, and it kind of startled me when I woke up and I didn't have it.
Oh.
So I was down here before they were making the food, or I think I got in their way, but I just kind of sat here, waited for everybody to show up for breakfast.
Do we need to add that to the outing?
Breakfast?
No, going to see Oleg.
Yes.
Right, yeah. We'll do that after we go to the dress shop.
Dress shop! Yes, let's go.
Adeline, if you keep up with whatever you're doing, you might understand me a little bit more.
That's nice, Lily.
You should probably sleep.
I'm confused.
Is it that obvious?
Yes.
Kind of. Right. Well, that's a sobering perspective.
I mean that with all the care.
I trust that. I do.
Maybe you can get a new dress at the dress shop.
I would love to get a new dress. I wonder if they have a boot or something more comfortable to walk around in. And since we're doing all this trudging, oh my gosh, I wonder if maybe they'll have a new bow. God, I can't wait to see what they've got. I haven't been
boot?
shopping in ages. It's been almost like a month.
How long have we known you?
Like a week, right?
No, we were on the
traveled
road
for a
for like a
while.
month.
We were
No,
on the
you
road
weren't.
for the month?
I don't know
Seems
if
like
it's
it.
been that long.
No, it's been like 2 weeks max.
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Once again, it feels like it's longer.
Game time, not real time.
Yes.
I
All right.
rolled a dirty 20 on insight with Kaya. It seems like we've kind of rolled past that, but I just want to make sure that
Well, he wasn't withholding anything. Is there any additional details that you would give over?
I mean, I said I woke up early. I didn't sleep well.
well, why weren't you sleeping well?
I had a bad dream.
You
I
did?
dreamed about. I dreamed. I dreamed about whenever my village was attacked, and I didn't do anything.
Wow.
And just kind of failed my family and everybody. That's what I dreamed. I mean, that's what happened. And sometimes I dream about it, and I don't sleep very well after that. It's hard to, it's hard to carry around the guilt, knowing or believing that I should have done more. It was,
Were you just a boy?
yeah, but I could have done something. I mean, I hid.
Right.
And that's not okay. I mean,
Well, you were a child. Look at it
Well-
this way. And I'm not trying to tell you how you should feel. But if you hadn't have hid, maybe you would have died. And then you would be out here looking for your sister now. Which seems like that could be your fate. I understand guilt. But there may be... No. There are bigger things for you. It may be a moment of hiding, preserved you for a moment of triumph.
Maybe. Maybe. That's what I hope that's how it turns out. Because that's how I've lived my life. It's just that sometimes when I have those dreams like that, it takes me back to that moment and makes me feel weak and makes me feel inadequate and makes me feel like I betrayed
Helpless?
yeah.
Kaya, you're not that boy anymore.
No.
And you're far from helpless.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give you a rose.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I'll straighten your little scarf that you've got that I gave you.
I'll put the rose in my hat, Ben. All right, let's go get some clothes.
Yeah, let's go shopping.
I got a dress to pick up.
You got a skirt.
Yes.
Alrighty. So you guys are heading out to the Silver Thread, right?
Yeah.
Great. By the time you kind of ready yourselves and things, it's still early morning, but with the conversations and things taking up a couple of hours, it's right around or just after the sort of regular opening times for the stores in the second circle. And so you easily find the Silver Thread once more and push through the door as the bell dings as you open it. Ding! And you see a familiar face. Oh, hello!
Here for my dress.
Indeed! I do have that done already. Let me go and find it. And heads back into the back room. Adeline, you haven't been here before. Rhapsody, you haven't been here before. This is just a long yet thin clothing store. This is upper market clothing, though. There are several different styles from different areas that you don't generally see people wearing from this area, but there are a lot of sections of types of clothes that are very native to Vargaden and Ulfgate, but they are laden with fine stitching and embroidery and like ribboned hems and things, much more upscale than you saw in the first circle. And so coming back out with your black dress as requested, he lays it out on the countertop and says, I added a little something for you on the collar. I hope you don't mind me taking artistic liberties.
I look at it.
And points out there are on either corner of the collar looking inwards, there are two wolf heads in silver embroidery, and so on the white collar it has to kind of catch the light, and with that raised texture you can see it in certain lights. Two wolf's heads looking in towards the center, and then behind, or like outwards on either side of the wolf heads are small skulls.
That's
Silver
cool.
ones.
Not copper.
No.
Good. Good.
Yes, roll initiative.
Burn it.
I like this. And the corset that I got.
Yeah, so that's all like attached. It's like assembled to be hung together.
Is there a fitting room or a dressing room or a small space that I can change?
Yes, absolutely. And shows you the way to like a small, basically fitting room with a curtain.
Good. Thank you.
And he hangs it up inside for you and shuts the curtain. And for you, sir.
Yes.
Goes into the back again and coming back out to the front. Sort of shakes out this wonderful tartan kilt. One Baltadiran kilt. And it is... it has reds and greens and whites in the plaid, all kind of etched across, as he sort of positions it over. You'll notice that I actually went with the secondary hole for the tail. I hope it's the right fit. You weren't here for me to add that, but I got your measurements pretty well, and so I feel like it should fit well.
Or I can go try it on.
Not yet.
Oh.
Occupied.
Oh, sure.
We're fairly exclusive. We don't have that many people in here trying on things at once.
Of course. Yes. Yeah.
You understand?
I do. Absolutely. Adeline, did I do that right?
Well, doing great. And Adeline is looking through. Do they have?
Just like flicking across coat hangers thing. Yeah, you're doing great.
You're doing great, sweetie. She's looking specifically for any belts.
Oh, belts, easy to come by.
Okay.
You've seen a lot of people wearing belts that kind of tie in over their tunics and things. Most of them are long belts, like to be looped through ringlets and then held loosely down. But as you kind of cross over from the more traditional dress into the sort of the foreign section, there you do find a few like buckled belts.
She's looking through the buckled belts, and every now and then she'll grab one and kind of like test its strength a little bit. She's trying to find a very hardy belt.
Okay.
I have my reasons.
Okay. I will say roll just an investigation check.
22.
22. Yeah, it takes you a couple of minutes, but then you do find are you looking for, is this to be clothing or an accessory?
I'm not gonna be the one wearing it.
Okay, got it. So you do find this
Adeline after dark.
Nope.
Are halberds and flip-flops involved?
Okay. That was from the stream last night.
So it takes a minute, but you do find a black leather belt that has this really strong stitching on either side, and you sort of test it, and it doesn't give much.
Okay.
Looking at the buckle and the construction, like it seems pretty hardy.
She will take that. And now she's gonna look at pretty things.
Got it. What are you looking for?
Like, I mean, this shop doesn't have like magical items. It's just like purely.
Oh, it's clothing.
Just like purely clothing.
This
So this
is
is purely
hot.
just for our own aesthetics. Fantastic.
This is high Ulfgate fashion.
Love it. I think probably if there's like a little like waistcoat section with like some nicer embroidery or something with like more pockets, something that's like utility but also like super cute. With, like,
The amount of times we go shopping, by the way, is
I know.
astronomical.
We've been to this store. What is this, like the 4th time in this game?
Probably.
Yeah, so just roll me an investigation check as you sort of move over towards sort of the formal wear. A natural 1.
I got a 1, but my investigation is +7, but it's
Oh.
still a 1.
But it's still an 8.
Yeah.
Not great.
Yeah.
Just because you say it like that doesn't make it good.
It's
What
a
are-
1! Wow!
What are you looking for, Adeline?
So
Are you
just kind of digging through. This is probably going to take you most of the transaction in here to find what you want. But eventually, towards the end of everyone doing their individual things, you do find a, just like you said, a waistcoat, a vest that has a couple of chest pockets, a couple of pockets beneath, and a couple of inside pockets as well,
Love that.
with gold buttons covering each one.
Yeah. She will grab those items and
Cool. So while she's doing that, I would say that, Rhapsody, are you looking for anything? Hate to leave you out.
He's just doing the peruse, like looking through, but not actually like focusing on anything. He's mostly like attentive to like if Kaya needs help with something or Lily or anything.
Got it. Nothing of interest at this point. Just ugh.
Just like the sit outside and you come out in the outfit and be like, oh, that looks.
just pushing through for politeness. Yeah, so you go ahead and you do that. Lily, dress fits beautifully. Corset attaches, feels snug in a comforting way.
If Lily could breathe, she'd be breathing calmly now. But she doesn't breathe.
But she doesn't, so nothing happens.
Exactly.
She just
But
stands there.
She'll come out, and then she looks at the person who like presented her the dress and be like, it's perfect.
Oh, I know, dear. I just wanted you to see it. You are a visage right now.
I know.
Well, isn't she beautiful? That's all. Come on.
Well, you're always beautiful.
And I'll like pick up my skirt a little bit, but you hear like my bones cracking a little bit as I like move in a way that's not normal for me.
oh, this color does suit you. The white wasn't bad though. But the black was more your
Oh no,
I-
dear! Don't lie to her. It washed her right out. This
I didn't
black
like the
puts
white.
It was
complexion
terrible.
right back into her. Yes, no. I am Right now, you are serving me pure death with a touch of undeath. And I, for one, am loving every second of it.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I needed that. That was perfect. I appreciate that. And I'm gonna try and smile.
Make a performance check.
Okay, let's do it.
Just because you haven't tried
Yeah.
to outwardly express like this in
Okay,
an ever.
that's a 19.
19. You guys watch as the corners of Lily's mouth start to curve upwards. It's not like she's like smiling with teeth and things, but this is... You've known Lily to be like happy and okay, but her face has happiness in it.
And then it quickly goes back.
This dress makes you so happy. And I'll just touch her face and there'll be like a little tear in my eye. Like, I've never seen this before. Also, I'm kind of terrified because I don't know what's happening.
Did I do it right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Nothing fell out?
No.
Okay.
No.
It didn't feel natural, so I wanted to make sure nothing fell off.
No, you looked beautiful.
Okay.
Make a perception check. No, I'm
Like one of my teeth is now falling out, or...
because you look down the floor and see an arm.
oh god.
Oh, God.
That escalated.
I'm kidding. I'm
Okay,
kidding.
I
I'm
have
kidding, I'm kidding.
mending.
So, yeah, by this time, you guys are all paid up. Adeline, you find your vest and your belt and present it, and he looks up at you and says, I say. Looks you up and down and kind of tilts his head a little bit. From the Cloudburst domain.
Oh my god, have you been?
Not myself, but I've dealt with procuring fashions from this area, and I can tell from what you've picked out as well. Not veering away, but still beautiful nonetheless. I see you've gone for utility as well, many pockets.
Yes, I do love a secret pocket. Being on the road has taught me that there's a balance to be had between aesthetic and utility.
Indeed,
Unfortunately.
'tis a line that we have to tread finely in order to still have the best look, yet not be at disadvantage.
Absolutely. This guy gets it.
I like you.
I like you too. You should come and visit next time you should visit. There's this great dressmaker that I get all my stuff made at. I think you'd really get along with her.
Oh, yes.
Yes. It's lovely.
Make a persuasion check.
What's her name?
Jay,
Your
what's her name?
dressmaker.
I don't know, Jay. What's it?
That's a 12.
A 12?
Yeah.
Yes, maybe. Maybe. There's not many of us that venture outside the walls, you understand.
Right. Right.
But that's not to say that I'm completely against it. If it's just these two, we can call it... Like weighing up between the items, looking up at you, and looking back down. Call it gold for both.
How reasonable.
Indeed.
Absolutely, thank you. And she will give him a gold.
There you go.
Yeah, she's gonna take her items and kind of... Never mind, she's not gonna do this while she's inside.
Okay. Great. So you guys are all done at the Silver Thread?
While everyone's having a moment and like enjoying their things or shopping or looking around, I'm going to kind of step away and I'm gonna cast Sending to Lost.
Okay.
Okay. So I would be like out of like earshot so that hey Lost. Hope you're okay. You disappeared. Magnus has asked that we fight by his side against the hag. We're lost without you. And then she'll like giggle to herself.
A few moments pass, as you know, the delay with the spell. And a voice returns to you that just says, "Can't I have a single day without you two sisters getting into my head?"
And I won't say anything. I'll just kind of sit back. And I'll try to return to everyone else without like letting on that that definitely was not the reaction that I was like hoping for.
Did I notice my sister leave?
You were
When
changing.
would you have done it while she was changing? There you go.
Okay.
Would you like to try your skirt kilt?
Yeah.
on?
Sure. Yeah.
Gives you the changing room. You're able to change into it. The tail hole, the extra hole, does work well, and it actually serves to keep the kilt mostly down even when you move.
Ah, that's convenient. I like that. And I'll come out. Thank you for adding the tail part, the hole. It works great.
I thought it would. I
Well-
must say, this is a wonderful cultural cross here between dwarven kilt and dragonborn.
Yeah, I mean,
And he walks like uncomfortably close to you and pulls the corner of the kilt up, like one of the pleats upwards slightly, just like bends it, and looks up at you and looks down and says, "I knew it. I matched that shade exactly."
yeah. You have a really good eye for color and style and fit.
Yes.
I mean, I guess that's why you're so successful and where you here in your shop, or you wouldn't be here.
Those are all words, and they were all correct.
Words usually are correct.
He pauses and lets that go.
Well,
Yes.
all right. Well, thank you. I think I'm done here. Are you guys ready to go?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think there's anything else we needed to do here.
Okay.
All right, well, hurry back now. There are plenty of other clothings to be had here.
We'll spread the word.
Toodles, don't worry, word's already spread.
Okay.
And
Well,
yeah, you guys leave the storefront and are back out in the street. What would you like to do? Where would you like to go?
I need to go see Oleg to pick up my thing. Do y'all want to go with me, or do y'all have other things to do?
I believe that Midas and Oleg are in the same area of the city, so
Right.
we can all do both.
Okay.
And so you are heading towards Oleg's, yes?
Yes.
Black and Diane. Sweet. Okay, so you make your way back into the first circle again. And come upon Oleg, who is not working on anything currently, but is kind of propped up against one of his workbenches with a large wooden mug next to him that kind of resembles a keg by itself, with a handle attached to it. He looks over and says, "Oh, hello there."
Hi. How are you doing?
I am well. And how are all of you? It's been, well, most of you, I suppose. It's been a minute since I've seen you.
I'm good. You know? Yeah.
Good as well.
Wonderful. Well, I suppose you are back to pick up your piece.
I am, and I just wanted to say thank you again.
No.
I know this probably isn't something you normally undertake, but it means a lot to me. I really appreciate it.
Pleasure is all mine. I did take some artistic liberty in the build, but I think you'll find that the song that was sung into it was beautiful.
Okay.
And he reaches back and he pulls out what you see is just one medallion, but it's bigger than the one that was given. And then as he brings it closer to you in his sort of large what's the word, like calloused hands, he reaches it out towards you, and as you pick it up, you realize that it's two pieces. And he says, "I feel like you needed to still carry this one on you." And so he shows you as he pulls out your mother's amulet from within the platinum casing that he made. And as he pulls it out, there is a depression in the back that is the same as the platinum dragon, so they fit in together like completely tightly, and lock together so that you can wear the two as one.
This is the most beautiful thing I think I've ever had. I've never owned anything so beautiful like this. This is amazing. I feel like I need to pay you more.
No. Something told me that these needed to stay together.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I won't go anywhere without this for the rest of my life. It's an honor to wear this. Thank you.
It was an honor to make. As I said, a fine song was sung.
It's beautiful, and I'll put it on.
Feels a lot heavier now.
It's very significant.
Yeah, it feels a lot heavier emotionally and physically.
I needed that. All right. I guess we can go get your quill.
Yes, to Midas.
All right.
Oh, back there.
Yeah. A bit of unfinished business.
Well, good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you've met him. You know what I mean.
I do.
He's eccentric, but he means well.
That is an accurate description.
All
Well,
right.
hopefully
We
I
make
will
the
see
awkward
you
is like exits.
every time. Every time.
We're just gonna linger.
It's like,
Guess we'll be
So,
hitting the old
gonna
dusty
get-
trail.
gonna get back to some smithing.
We leave out.
We'll
I'm gonna go
show
now.
ourselves out.
I feel like every interaction you guys have with NPCs, you like maintain eye contact and step away backwards from it.
Absolutely.
Yes, so you bid your farewell to Oleg, and make your way to Midas Touch Enchantments.
And as we're walking, Adeline is gonna kind of, not necessarily like trying to be subtle, but not necessarily trying to hide it so much. But she's gonna take the belt that she got, and fasten it around her book, very tightly before placing it back in its holster.
In order to keep it closed.
Yes.
Okay. As you take the time to fasten this tight belt around the book, you pause for a moment as you hear in your mind an echo of a vision. Use it. But that's all.
She'll just holster it for now.
Is there a reason that we all decided, well, you all decided to kind of open up about things as of late?
Well, it was kind of that whole convergence thing that was like all of these events were happening and a lot of, seemingly random occurrences. Some call it fate, some call it,
It all seems to be connected and connecting us.
right.
Like us specifically?
Yes.
In a way.
I like all six of us.
We've all had a bit of bad dreams lately, it would seem.
Bad dreams?
Well,
Visions.
yeah.
And DM Roz hasn't had any visions that he knows of, right?
No, none that you can recall. You were kind of like flitting in and out of consciousness, with the exhaustion and the severity of the wounds that you suffered.
Oh.
No, go on.
Would I know anything about where Roz is from?
Mm. You could make a history or a religion check. Although you were told some stuff from Kaya. So what are you trying to?
Rose is trying to connect Roz with everyone else and wants to maybe divulge or dig a little deeper into his. Well, I mean, I obviously know of tieflings, like,
Mm-hmm.
so.
Not super common through Eastless, but you know he's not the first one that you've seen on your travels.
Right. Okay. I will. Roz, could you tell us more about where you're from?
You mean the temple?
Like, your family, your line, your lineage.
Oh. Sure. What would you like to know specifically?
Are you aware of any, well, like these convergence that we've been talking about? Like, I know with me and Lily, there seems to be one when she was brought back, which was potentially caused by Eastus. And then with Lost, when he came over from Shadowfell, and then there was talk of Kaya was giving us information about where you guys hail from, and I was just hoping to hear more about that. Right, Adeline? Wasn't there more from their area of Gahlia?
Well, I just told you that I met him in the temple. I wasn't.
Yes.
I'm not from the temple. I grew up actually not very far from where we're going.
I think we talked about what is it, Devil's Rest?
Devil's Fall?
Fall.
Yeah.
Devil's Fall.
Yeah, Devil's Fall.
Oh, yes. The area where, the Gahlia split.
Right.
I would say at the sound of hearing Devil's Fall, Roz would stop. Oh, whatever would you want to know about that place for? It's not good. It's
Well, essentially, we'd want to know what you know about it.
not much. I mean, my father did very well to make sure I was raised in the temple, which of course meant not leaving it. Kaya, the only time that I ever left was shortly before Kaya arrived, and that didn't exactly go well, so
What do you mean?
I left in search of my mother. My father doesn't speak of her, mostly because you have to understand that monks in his position, having me is not, it's not something that we do. So his relationship with my mother was never looked on with good grace.
Oh.
And she, after she had me, she inevitably left. And I went to go look for her, and I didn't find her, and I was brought back to the temple shortly before Kaya arrived. And then my father told me that she passed away some time ago. So.
Oh, I'm very sorry.
Do you believe that?
I don't want to believe that, but it's better than... I mean, whenever I tried to ask about her, he would just shut down. I think it was too painful for him.
We can
it
try and
made-
call for her.
I don't even know what she looks like.
But you have
Well-
some sort of connection to her. She is your mother.
True. I mean, I have these.
No, I mean,
all of her
No,
silks.
as a seance.
They belong
If
to
she's dead, we could perform a seance and see if she can come through. And if not, then there's another bit of hope that she's still living.
Oh.
Only two things about that. I mean, if she is living, then why hasn't she ever tried to come back to the temple to find me? Then if she is dead, then I guess my father would have been right all along.
I think you can make your own assumption, buddy. I
don't-
I love your father, but I don't think he's objective in this on this issue. And maybe he's not outright lying, but maybe he's not telling the truth either. And we've talked about this,
I mean, to be fair, I don't really talk to my father, at least not about anything serious.
I know.
Well, you don't have to try if you don't want to. Lily was just giving you an option if you wanted to. She does have that option now.
Is that true, Lily?
Yes.
You can contact any dead person.
I'm honestly not completely sure how it works myself, but I'm really wanting to try a group seance to connect with the dead, although the dead don't seem to be around here, as if I could look a little bit more sad.
Can you contact dead from anywhere, or do they have to be in the immediate area?
Usually, when I talk to the dead, they're right here. They've been there. They're connected to that spot in some way. Whether it's a graveyard, cemetery that their physical remains are at, or it's something that they feel a connection with. But I think with the seance, and I could be wrong, but I think with the seance, I'll be able to call on spirits that are elsewhere.
What if we were to call on someone who could answer some of our unanswered questions? Someone like Gerard.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Someone like Gerard.
Oh. Was that... That's the guy you knew from the Institute?
Yes.
That's right, the one that was with Fizzle.
Fizzlewick. Yeah, I was like, why am I forgetting his name?
Wicklefizz. Yes. Who died, apparently, and we have some questions about that. It might connect back to my curiosity about what's going on with Just as a thought, certainly an avenue we could go down, though I do think, we should prioritize answering these personal questions for yourself, Ross, if you feel so compelled. Though I understand if perhaps unknowing is more comforting than certainty.
It can be very scary talking to the dead at first, but it's actually very comforting. I'm sure it's different though when they're related to you that I don't have any experience with, that I know of. Although I would hope they would tell me if they were. I'd assume they would know. The dead are very wise.
I'm sure. I guess it depends on how they die. Someone dies in a very unwise way. Do they lead to a very unwise ghost? Lily, do you know of your family? You don't have memories of that, do you?
I'm gonna glance at my sister to see if she has any like look on her face on if I should like say anything or not say anything.
It's all right, Lily. If you have things to share with everyone, we are sharing.
The memories I'm getting back, I guess, although it seems new to me. The library you described from the Institute. I've been there.
At the Institute?
Yes.
Interesting.
As a young child. And then I would describe the guy with like the he had like longer dark hair. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I would describe him as best as I could before he turned into the Copper Skull monstrosity.
Okay. Yeah, so she goes ahead and describes a tall, slight human male with a center part with long black hair, and a long pointed nose. But that's all that she really has with detail.
Do I know this person?
Oh, sorry.
Roll me a history check.
Big money, big money, big money. 19.
19. Okay, so with a 19, the robes that are described sound a lot like the older head professor's robes from the Institute.
Do I know his name?
I would say no.
Okay. It sounds like former leadership within the Institute, but that's been, how long has it been? Since we've had like a new headmaster or head professor?
You've only known the one,
Okay.
which is
Because I assume I've grown up there probably my whole life, considering both my parents are professors.
Yeah,
but-
which is head professor Sindalor.
Okay.
Sindalor.
Okay. It does sound. I've seen portraits, I think, of the predecessor to head professor Cinderlord, but name. I
Well,
don't know. But you were
he
That-
called me Grace.
race. Great.
Which I guess is my name, although it sounds so strange.
You certainly seem more of a lily.
You'll see like a half grin on Rose's face when she says that.
Perhaps it sounds as though it was before my time. You were there? But I certainly know someone who might. Would you be comfortable with me inquiring after these things? Just to know of a Grace or of this former head professor.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
All right. Interesting. This is very interesting. It does seem as though our roads are leading us back there, don't they?
Yes, it seems very strange to think about a life I had that I don't remember, but
I would imagine so. Well,
Whether intentional or instinctual, I think during this discussion, Roz would have moved like closer to Kaya. Like not to touch him or anything, but just like
Just kind of drifting towards him. Okay.
You all right?
I think so.
You know, whatever you decide to do about this seance is up to you. But for me, I'm not. I'm gonna. I don't want to know because I believe, and I'm gonna continue believing. For my mom and my sister, and I don't want to change what I want to do. I don't want it to influence what comes next for me.
I understand.
But I'm here for you no matter what you decide. And wherever we go, I'm your rock. And you're mine.
I believe that wholeheartedly, Kaya.
And so, in these closing moments, as you kind of find that warmth rekindled that you had originally found when sharing your stories together in the Great Hall, albeit -1 party member. You look ahead down the road, and you see a familiar halfling on the street corner who looks up and says, "Oh, back again, I see. Well, what brings you to our lowly hovel?" And that's where we're gonna end tonight.
The horses.
What?
The horses. We've been here forever.
Yes, you have.
I'm so glad you remember that we have horses.
It's
I-
only been 4
carter.
days. It's only been like 4 days.
Oh no.
It has only been 4 days.
Before you guys carry on, we did unlock the giveaway in the middle of all of that. I just didn't want to break it up, but I did see it, guys. The giveaway is now active for our Valahhood sample kit of all their D&D class-based senses, hair oils, beard oils, and an etched glass as well. And they look beautiful. So !giveaway in the chat right
US only.
now. You have to be in the US and you have to be in the chat to claim it when we call it. We're going to call it just before we say our final goodbyes. So just jump in right now, just dogpile in there. But I just want to say a huge thank you to all of the raiders, all of the new faces, all of the new follows, the new chatters, the gifted subs in order to get us all this way. Thank you so much. There isn't a month that has gone by recently where I haven't been increasingly overwhelmed with your guys' support. For us, just a bunch of nerds getting together and telling stories. And it really does warm my heart. Thank you so much. And I mean that completely sincerely. But thanks, guys. Mad Mizzle, you want to drop the space between everything to make sure that you're in the giveaway, !giveaway as one word, to get that command in, to get your choice chance. I'm coming off of a sickness, guys. I apologize.
All right, I know who we're gonna raid whenever you want us to call it.
I'll wait a couple more beats for anyone else that's gonna jump in, just in case. I guess not. Let's go ahead. Oh, there you go. You got the last one. Let's call it.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Captain Cowboy!
Good.
Hey, are you here?
He's
Yeah,
right
it's right there.
Yay!
That was so quick.
That's much quicker than usual. Awesome. Shoot me a message in Discord. We do have a Discord, guys.
Yeah,
All of you guys. I'm just gonna post that in. If you guys want to follow along, if you guys want to have a character rolled on the screen just before we head over to raid Long Lost Lore, our friends over there, please do stay in for the raid because it's gonna make an awesome impact when we drop in there. Throw some flexing raid emojis and things in there. Come with us on the raid. You also get a bunch of channel points, which you can use to gift flex points to our players. We will not be here next week. There will be a one-shot in place of our next of a following episode.
We'll be here on Monday.
We will be here on Monday, but this is the last Gahlia show for a couple of weeks, guys. But definitely tune in to that awesome one-shot that Diane, the pretty DM, will be running while I am in Gen Con. Guys, thank you so much. This has been absolutely wonderful. I've been very tired and we've all been sick, and so this has put a smile on all of our faces. Thank you so much. Thank you for starting your weekend off the right way. Jump in with Long Lost Lore. Thank you so much. Have an awesome weekend.